This is gonna be a good video today. You know why? Because we're making brisket. Oh yeah. Yeah, come on in. Check it out. Gonna get this thing rolling. Can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Stay tuned. Got the chimney starter going. Gonna be using the pit barrel today to cook this brisket. We'll just hang that bad boy right in there until she gets to 165. Wrap it up. I might throw it in the Weber after that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna do a snake burn. I'll show you what I mean. So here, really all I'm doing is I'm gonna stack the charcoal on one side, not let it touch that side. Just kind of slow burn it all the way around. All right, there we have it. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a doozy of a brisket right here. Not too overly expensive. Sam's Club. What I really like about it is look how thick the flat is right there. So we're gonna get this all trimmed up, and we got the pit barrel started up right now. So let's do it. Let's go. All right, you can see we got a pretty good, not too much of a fat cap on this one. Actually, it's not too bad. Don't worry about all that. All right, so let's take a look at this side. Here we definitely got a bigger fat cap. This stuff doesn't render down. See this kind of fat, that's not going to render down. So we got to take that out. But overall, this brisket is not super fatty. We don't have a lot of trimming to do here. This is going to be pretty good. Not the best knife in the world. To see this, all this kind of fat, this stuff, that's never going to render down. So you always want to cut that stuff out for sure. But true fat, we're going to leave some of that in. Yeah, this is great, man. Now I'm not going to go too deep on that. I'm not worried about it, But I mean, I can't believe it. This is probably one of the least having to trim briskets that I've really ever seen. I want to leave about a 1/4 inch of fat on here. And I did look at that when I bought it. I was, looking to see. Some of them will have a fat cap all the way across the top, super big. I mean, I want about a 1/4 inch of fat. This knife ain't gonna cut it. Change our knife out here. So like I said, you don't want to take her all the way down. You gotta leave some. See, like right here, when you cut into the meat, you're going a little too deep. So don't be afraid to leave some fat on there. I mean, you want that during the cook. Just gonna shave off. I'm telling you, this thing does not have a lot of fat on it. I'm not gonna get overly gung-ho. See, there's the skin right there. So, gosh, I think we're in good shape. We got our money's worth on that brisket. Okay, here's another trick too right here. So, see how the grain's running like this? So you always want to cut against the grain, right? It's super hard once this thing is cooked, believe it or not, to know which way the grain is running. So what you can do is you come down here. This is the flat, this is the point. What you do is you come down here and you cut this off. See how you got that nice smooth edge? Now you know. Actually, I should have done it more like this. See that? So now I know when this is done, this is how I'm going to trim it. See the grain? So, it's not really a waste on that, but... And, I could get gung-ho and sit here and, not a bad idea like on this stuff, this silverback stuff. I mean, it depends how hard you want to fight it, but... I don't get too gung-ho because it's gonna be on there for a long time. But a lot of people will come in and try to get all this stuff off. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but trust me, it'll semi-render down. You won't even know it's there by the time the cook's over. Just kind of clean her up a little bit. The professionals too, they will cut them into like perfect shapes and all that, but we don't care. Here's a little bit more of that fat that won't render down. Get rid of that. A lot better knife. Get that out of there. I mean, I'm telling you here. Well, here's a little bit more too. See this? This is some of that hard fat that won't render down. Hard to see, but see that's all fat. Let's see where we get the meat on that. See, still, yeah, we had to go. Had to go that far just to get down to the meat. See that? But I'm not gonna go super deep on that. And here, I mean, this stuff that's about it, really. We can't cut way down on this. Not the prettiest trim. I'm not the greatest guy to do this. I don't do this very often, but good enough, trust me.
Hi, I'm Casey, Grandpa's favorite granddaughter, and I want you to like and subscribe.
All right, I don't always do this, but you know, it's not a bad idea. Cause good old classic yellow mustard, you'll never see it. But hey, I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite steak rubs, whatever you want to call it. This is black and tan. This has black salt, black pepper. This is amazing. This is going to give us an amazing bark. I've never used it on brisket because I don't cook brisket much, but I guarantee you we're going to get a killer bark using this seasoning. So here's what we do. We just slather on the mustard. And all this does is just help hold the seasoning. That's it. So you don't need a lot. Now here we can go on pretty thick. This is going to be good, man. This black and tan is going to be nice. This is all I'm going to use. This is it. And that's typically all most people recommend, salt and pepper. I'm telling you, you can get that at Walmart. You know, Casey Grandpa always stopping at Walmart. You can get this at Walmart. It's about $6. Really good stuff. Some people are probably freaking out on the fat. It will render down. The biggest mistake I think people make in making brisket is they trim it down too much. You know, that fat protects that meat, gives it juice as it's cooking. So don't panic, you know. If you do it right, that fat will fall off if it's still left. Very impressed with this brisket, man. Hardly any fat. So awesome. Make sure you get the sides good. Look how thick that flat is. That's what I look for, man. To me, that's the key right there. This will be your leaner side, and this will be the point up here. This will be a lot more fatty. About it. I think we got her. So I'll show you here in a second how to put the hooks in for the pit barrel. Okay, so this is going on the pit barrel. So you know, there's a little, not really a trick, but there's a specific way you got to hang these hooks. We're going to hang this brisket. So what I do is I take the point, I take the thickest side, and I come in with my first hook like so, So that's going to hang, but the secret here is I'm going to take another hook like so, and I'm going to attach that there, but well, I got to put it in here first. So I'm going to go through here below it, and now grab on, I went too low. So now I got, see that? I got double hook to help hold that thing up. I'll probably add one more, so we'll put one more in. Struggling here. Trying to get all the way through. Alright, there it is. That needs to go down a little bit further, but that's the idea right there, kind of a triple hook action. That's it. Seasoned. It's ready to go. All right, I got the firebox loaded, so notice I don't have anything touching here. So my hot coals are here. They're gonna start, it's gonna burn around. And notice the limited amount of coals that I started. I think that's another mistake. So normally on a pit barrel, I wouldn't worry about it, but here, I want this to be a little bit more of a slow burn. All right, here we go. And that thing goes all the way down to the bottom, which is fine. No problem. All right, we got the old but still working eye grill on there. We're at 32 degrees right now. Got her plugged in right there. And that's it. Now it's time to just sit back and relax. We're taking her 165 and wrap her up. All right, it's been a couple hours. Let's check in. Oh yeah, our firebox is burning nice. Just what we wanted. Getting some good bark on there. Looking good. Big Al, what are you doing?
Hey,
Well, I like how you ask. Yeah, you checking in on the brisket?
ooh, look at that bad boy.
We're at 145 right now. Look, man, it shrunk a ton, man. The bottom was hitting the bar down there when it was done. How you like that bark, Big Al?
Oh, that looks nice.
It does look nice, don't it? It's gonna be good. All right, it's been like 6.5 hours. All right, it's been 6.5 hours. Time to pull it and wrap it. Ooh, baby, that looks good. Look at that bark. Look at that bark. Weird on that hook. What happened? All right, here we go. Wrap her up. We've got some butcher block paper. I've always used foil. I've always wanted to try this. So no better time than today. Just like the pros use, baby. Already juicy. I'm just gonna dump it. Never done this with this stuff, so I have no idea what I'm doing. There should be a cutter on here. There's a cutter. Oh, I like the paper already, so it's soaking up that moisture. I've always heard this is better than aluminum foil. I've never ever tried it. I'm gonna go one more wrap. Can't hurt anything. One more wrap, why not? Ooh, that's hot. Go this way maybe this time? No. This way. Just like Christmas. And we got some string. We can figure out how to open it without ruining the whole. Too bad I didn't get something to cut it with. I think I got my knife. Alright, I got my knife. One more thing to do, put a probe in. That's it. On the way to 205. All right, this has been, I don't know, 10 hours or something like that. It's been a long time. Went on, it's 6:47 now, went on about 9:30. You do the math. So here, we got it wrapped. Now here's the secret right here. We're gonna wrap this in a towel. Of course, make sure it's an old towel. Like so. And now we're gonna take the trusty old cooler, drop it in there. And be careful when you take this out of the cooler, it's gonna be hot like it just came off the grill. That cooler was made for it. There you go. Woo, man, it's so hot. So this is an hour and a half rest. Here we go. The big unveiling. Man, that's super dark, but that black and tan. Oh, look, there's your burn in. It's actually on the flat though. That's what was hanging down. So one of the things that when we prep this, I was saying that when you go to slice it, so this is the flat, this part right here, it's hard to tell the grain. So if you notice, I took this off, trimmed that off right there. So now I know to cut this way. When you get up here to this, the grain kind of goes the other way, but this all splits apart also. It breaks apart real easy. But anyway, let's just give it a shot here. This is the part that also was laying all the way down at the bottom. It just falling apart. That might be too overdone. Not the sharpest knife to be doing this, actually. Let's go. I'm hitting this really burnt stuff. That's the problem. Making it hard to cut. That is definitely from where it was at the bottom. I don't think this other. I need the serrated knife for sure. Maybe this one will be better. Let me do this. There we go. That knife is way better. There's the look right there. That looks pretty good. This part here is still a little bit hot. That's the reason. Like, this isn't helping me. This needs to come off. Well, that'd be good in beans. It's so hot still. Way thicker than I want to slice that, but nothing I can do. It's not going to be a competition style tray, that's for sure. Actually, even though I am left-handed, flip this around. Do this with my right hand, I think it'll be better. I don't know, I'm going to cut like this. See, that's about the slice we want. Something like this. Okay. So floppy. Oh yeah, that's the break you want. That's pretty good. I'll tell you what though, this is so breakaway. That's so moist and tender. And we haven't even got to the top part here, the fatty part. Right here's the burn ends scenario right here. This is like where your burn ends come from, so this is kind of the classic. This is what they used to throw away. This is so fatty. Like, oh man, it's just falling apart. It's a little too so hot. Something like that. Yeah, just so hot. But I mean, there's pretty much where your burn ends come from. Burn end. Yep. How is it? Really good.
Very good.
Try it, Ashley. Right here. Go. All right, so we're already into the taste test. Long way, halfway through our first roll. Let's give it a try. So good. Got some Jack Stack barbecue sauce on there. Well, if you like the content, what do you need to do?
Like and subscribe.
Thank you. Till next time. Peace.